So yeah, what did you ultimately think when Van Dam and Sabu became tag team partners? Was that always the plan, or what were your initial thoughts on that?
Not sure what the plan was. I mean, I was there. I was supposed to come in. Dominic, I was supposed to come in. Paul Heyman brought me in, called me and said, Fonzie, we want you to do this angle. I had just left WWF and we want to bring you in because Vince McMahon wanted the doctor, his wife, and the two kids at ringside. ECW was 75% male from 19 to 29, hardcore. So just leaving WWF, Paul Heyman thought it'd be a good idea for me to come in and be anti-ECW and try to, bring it to family entertainment, which the fans hated me for it. I got big heat. That's when instead of 4 weeks to get chokeslammed by 911, Paul Heyman said, wow, Fonzie, your character is getting over, so we're going to put you with Taz. And that was my first time managing. So I was there from May of 95 until the company, we did 23 pay-per-views, and I was on 22 of them. I don't think I did the last one.
Wow. How about that? That's pretty wild.
So when I think Paul Heyman had this idea about putting Van Dam together because they were good friends already, and me being right in the middle, and Van Dam being so arrogant, hey, I'm the whole episode, and you too, Sabu. That just worked, man. That just worked. It just freaking worked. So we took advantage of what was working and went with it,
It was such a cool dynamic too. I remember telling Rob, I think we first watched a match with him and Sabu going up against Candido and Lance Storm. Oh, I think I told this last week, was that, and you guys are all backstage, and that dynamic between him and Sabu, but you involved in it too. It was like a really great match made in heaven where you have like, it's almost like a kind of a heel dynamic, but it's also like likable dynamic. It's kind of like in that balance of like, hey, it's friendship, but it's also like this tension is there too, and there's a guy blowing a whistle in the middle of it all too. It's just great
and
stuff.
And then the fans start liking it, and the magazines start liking it. I'm on so many magazines with RVD and ECW. We got so much coverage. In fact, in 1997, there was WCW, WWF, and ECW, and we were competing with them in a small way. And for the wrestling magazines to give me, competing with Jimmy Hart and all these other managers, Manager of the Year award, that was pretty freaking cool. So ECW was doing great. What I'm saying was we were getting so much coverage, being a team and well liked, and that the whole effing show and Van Dam really got over, and Sabu, suicidal, homicidal, genocidal Sabu was doing unbelievable stuff, really hardcore stuff, and people had never seen anything like it. And then Van Dam, with those damn thighs he had, he could jump for a half a mile almost, It was unbelievable. And then we used to do the chair spots. My God, incredible matches with Jerry. And thanks, Jerry, for incredible matches with RVD and involving me. And then we used to do this chair spot, call it the hot potato. I throw the Van Dam, back and forth with the chair, and then somebody get Van Daminated. It was pretty freaking cool, man.
Pretty damn badass.
Yeah, hardcore people fucking loved it. Am I allowed to discuss a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Okay. Didn't you guys do a chair spot together? I think during that match.
We perfected the chair spots. We used it in almost every match that we did, especially with new people and stuff. We would, call it the chair spot and come up with something. And once in a while, it backfire, and I got the chair.
Right.
But that was all entertainment, man. It was great. It was great. I didn't mind. Back then, I was young and I'm still healthy and relatively young, but man, I was taking bumps and getting my ass beat back then. And somehow I managed to come out of it okay with I don't need a hip replacement or elbows or knees, but I got a few broken bones and stuff. Oh yeah, I broke my damn wrists. I broke the smaller bone in my arm so bad. Sandman moved down to Florida. He was living in Florida, and we decided for some odd reason to drive to Louisiana. And I broke my arm so bad that they had to put a titanium plate and 8 screws in it. It was pretty cool. We just kept working, man. We would suffer injuries unless it was something really drastic. we would come to work the next week, especially Sabu.
Right. Yeah. And like Sabu, you see some of the spots that he would do, and some of that stuff was like, holy crap, for that time period, how athletic and amazing he was in the ring. And for him to like put his body on the line like that, it's pretty wild to see. And but it's such a unique time period where like people, that was kind of what the wrestling business was looking for at that moment in time too,
That's why ECW got over, because we were different. We were hardcore. We weren't family entertainment. Like I said earlier, our clientele was, largely males from 19 to 30 years old, hardcore, man. And so we were definitely not family entertainment. And who knew there was a market for that? Paul Heyman knew. And then we all found out, and we perfected it, man. And we were successful.
Right. That's it. That's
the and key. We still have a cult-like following.
Right. Today. Still.
That's why I'm doing all these WrestleCons. We just went to WrestleMania in Philadelphia. What a place at the ECW Arena. I was did 2 shows, one with Van Dam. I guess both of them with Van Dam. At the ECW Arena, and we did the WrestleCon 3 days, and Van Dam. It was just crazy, man. The people that come up to us.
It was a wild weekend, and it was so neat to be there for that show. I was there for your match with RVD's match with Mike Bailey, Speedball Mike Bailey, where you managed him.
Yeah, badass.
It was so badass. Such a cool moment, such a unique moment there, and like, really special thing to have it in Philadelphia, and with all the ECW guys and stuff.
We got so much to cover, not only ECW and RVD and Sabu, and but I go back to 1978.
Holy smokes!
With Terry Funk, and that's why Sabu and I get along so good. This is retirement. Van Dam was on this show. This was Van Dam's Terry Funk's retirement deal in Texas on his ranch. So, man, we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Lots to talk about. So,
BBC just contacted me today, and they want to do an interview on me. They want to talk about Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah,
man. I was assistant for 3 years for him, and we traveled the world. And man, we were on movies and Baywatch and Hogan's Thunder in Paradise and all kind of shows, and really cool. So we got a ton of stuff to talk about, and during the podcast, the wrestling fans are really going to enjoy it, because we're going to be talking about wrestling.
Absolutely.
Some other stuff too.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. We're going to cover so much ground on here. And we got over 200 people tuning in right now. So guys, be sure to shout us out, spread the word, share it out. If you're watching on Twitter, go to rvdtv.com. You can pop a question in, use the hashtag AskFonzie too.